Hey, so before we get started, I must really quickly give a photosensitivity warning because I will be including some concert footage in this video which may contain some very bright and very rapidly flashing lights, so if you are sensitive to that, please feel free to skip this video. I do not mind. I will be including text on screen anytime I'm going to include concert footage, but if you feel more comfortable just skipping this video in its entirety, that is okay. Again, I do not mind. Please take care of yourselves. Hello. Today, I feel like yapping, so I've got a speed bit for you all as I yap about my not-so-responsible financial decisions I made last October, aka concerts. Now, if you're looking at the speed paint, you're probably confused. What the heck does this drawing have to do with concerts at all? Well, it is a drawing of Hatsune Miku wearing Electric Callboy's Pump It tracksuit, because I got the chance to see both Electric Callboy and Hatsune Miku live in concert in the same week, and oh my god, I've not been the same ever since, so I'm making a whole video about it. Firstly, early in the week, I got to see Electric Callboy, who I've only been listening to for about a little under 2 years now. I actually discovered them while simultaneously getting into BABYMETAL, which, if you listen to either band, I'm sure you understand how that happened. I was looking through BABYMETAL's discography one day and came across their collab song. I can't pronounce the name of it, but I'm pretty sure if you listen to either band, you know what I'm referring to. This one. And, well, I'd never heard of Electric Callboy at all prior to this discovery, but I am actually a pretty big fan of techno and electronic music, so that intro immediately piqued my interest. And if you're curious, this is the disaster I was seeing it live. So, this song is technically my intro to Electric Callboy, but considering it is a collab, I consider my actual first song to be Elevator Operator, which was their most recent release at the time. I actually kind of love that song. It's so stupid and so funny. That's one thing I love about Electric Callboy. Their lyrics and their music is not that serious, so I don't know. It's very appealing, but I especially love the drop with the elevator music turned heavy. Every time I listen to that, I just laugh because it's so stupid and so funny. Especially in concert, it was so dumb, and I loved it. It was great. Alongside Elevator Operator, I further fell into the rabbit hole of Electric Callboy with their album TEKKNO. I'd be listening to the TEKKNO album basically every time I walked to class or just walked in general, and my favorites from that album are for sure Mind Reader, We Got the Moves, and Pump It, which, by the way, all three of these songs were on the set list, and I just had a blast with all three of them, screaming the lyrics to Mind Reader, Pump It, singing along, but the chant for We Got the Moves is very iconic, I think, and it was amazing being a part of it as well. Oh my god. One song by Electric Callboy I consider to be in my at least top 3 is not actually their song, it is a cover, but their cover of Every Time We Touch. If you've not heard their cover, it is amazing. Please go listen to it. It's funny and very unexpected. I'm embarrassed to admit that it was the only thing I listened to on my walks for 3 weeks straight. I was slightly disappointed because they did an acoustic version in the pit, which was really cool. The crowd was illuminated with everyone's phone flashlights. Here's a video. I'm keeping the audio low because I'm singing along and sound really stupid, but yeah, it was nice, I liked it, but I was really hoping they'd perform the whole song the way they made their cover, but they did perform the breakdown that way, and it was awesome. It was so good. Oh my god. People say there's duality to Electric Callboy in the sense that their concerts will go from metal show to rave in an instant, and that is very much true. One major highlight of their show is the segment by Electric Bass Boy, which was basically just a few hardstyle and techno and electronic remixes of songs, some of which are already within that genre of music. This tour also had two openers, Scene Queen and Polaris, who I had also not heard of at all prior to this. So I gave them a listen and, well, I was not really a fan of Scene Queen, but I did really enjoy Polaris. They put on a really good show. I actually teared up and cried when they played Masochist, so I really hope they return to headline their own show someday, especially since they did not play my favorite song, which is Landmine. Now, nobody I know listens to any of these music artists, so I went solo to this concert, but that didn't impact my experience one bit. If you are debating going to a concert because you can't find somebody to go with, just go. It's actually not that bad. I was a nervous wreck, but I had a lot of fun. Yeah, if you're a fan of Electric Callboy, I definitely recommend seeing them live if you ever get the chance. I certainly want to see them again if they ever come back. I came out of that show sweating, out of breath, and on the verge of tears. It was such a good show. Electric Callboy puts on such a good show. It was so much fun. 4 days after purchasing my Tanzanite tour tickets, Miku-Expo 2026 in North America got announced, and I took a look at the tour dates, and it turns out Miku would be coming close to me literally in the same week as Electric Callboy, and I was really debating whether or not I should purchase the tickets because, you know, I've never done such a thing as attending 2 concerts in a single week, and I for sure thought it would be exhausting, but I have friends who absolutely love Miku just as much as I do, so I kind of had no choice, and it was just as amazing. Honestly, I definitely screamed a lot more at Miku-Expo, probably because I had company with me, but it was lovely. I've actually already seen Miku in concert once before. Miku-Expo 2024 was actually my first concert ever, but we all know that was kind of disastrous, and I was really hoping to be able to see Miku again for a more authentic Miku concert experience. The difference between Miku-Expo 2024 and Miku-Expo 2026 was absolutely insane. I'm very glad Krypton learned from their mistakes, because the stage setup was awesome, the set list was awesome. I believe Miku-Expo 2026 actually got a lot more songs, like a few more songs compared to 2024, and they were all so good. I adored this set list and a lot of the songs on it. My standouts were specifically World and Dance Hall, Love is War, Drop Pop Candy, especially Drop Pop Candy because Giga is my favorite producer. Speaking of Giga, there was only one small thing with this particular set list that did kind of upset me, and just the fact I ended up getting Roki instead of Bring It On. Now, don't get me wrong, Roki is a great song, and it was so much fun, but as a Giga fan, I was super excited when I took a look at the first set list and I saw that it featured Bring It On. Unfortunately, Krypton decided to rotate that one out, and I ended up with Roki, but hey, I guess it was for the best, because I'm pretty sure I would have blasted people's ears off. Now, it would not be a Miku Expo / Miku concert video without mentioning a few things, one of those being her kick-ass band. The band member introductions have always been one of my most favorite parts of Vocaloid concerts. I just think it's the cutest and most sweetest thing to highlight them and give them their moment, because these concerts would not be the same without any of them. They also just bring so much energy to the crowd, in my opinion, you know. It allows us to sit back for a bit, appreciate the awesome band members, and then we get hit in the face with an absolute banger, such as Magical Cure Love Shot. In 2024, I was actually recovering a bit from a cold and couldn't really scream that much, so to me, Miku Miku Beam was actually pretty anticlimactic. However, in 2026, I do not know what monster came out of me during Miku Miku Beam, but it came out, and it definitely made up for my faulty experience. Miku also spoke to the audience a few times. I believe it was twice, but it's adorable. I absolutely love hearing how her English has improved throughout the years.
Oh. Hi everyone! I wanted to share my appreciation for you before the last song of the show. I'm so happy that everyone could come together to share this amazing night. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Miko.
Each and every connection is special. From the ones going way back to the new ones made here today.
The encore is one of my other favorite parts of Miku concerts. Everybody collectively chanting Miku is the greatest thing ever to hear in person.
Miku! 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 Miku!
The second to last encore song was KZ Livetune's Decorator, and I had already seen the setlist as has been established, but I, for some reason, still screamed when the 5 other Chronomoids came on stage. And the last thing I really quickly want to talk about with Miku Expo, something very stupid and not serious at all, but at the end of Odds and Ends, after the confetti falls, aka when the show was ending and Miku was doing her little run across the stage, I am very curious as to who decided to make that last for over a minute, to keep the audience screaming for like a minute. I had no more screams in me. It's so funny to look at and even experience. I was on the verge of laughing because I was like, is this gonna end? Not that I wanted to end, but it was very funny. Like, take a look at this and tell me that it does not go on for like an uncomfortably and comedically long time. Yeah, Miku Expo 2026, 10 out of 10 experience. I had so much fun. The Vocaloid community is full of some of the sweetest, most kindest, most lovely, talented people you will ever meet. People were cosplaying and handing out freebies and trading art, and it was adorable. You may be wondering, Ruben, did you hand out any art? And unfortunately, no, because believe it or not, I'm actually rather socially anxious. And by the time my friend A, who is also an artist, please go check out the art, it is delicious, and I decided we did want to make some sort of art for Miku Expo, it was a little too late to start an illustration, and we also weren't really sure where to go to get art made in bulk. So if you have any suggestions for be it websites or stores or places that make art prints or stickers in bulk, please let us know. We'd love to know, because handing out art at Miku Expo is something I've always wanted to do. But yeah, I think I will be concluding this video. I'm sorry, I didn't even talk about like the actual artwork. It's Pump It Miku. Yeah, I'm sure you can imagine that my post-concert depression has been terrible, but this video was a lot of fun to work on and a great way to deal with that. Although I did keep getting distracted and just watching all of my footage instead, but that is why I will also include a few extra pieces of concert footage at the end of this. And I'm sure you want to see them now, so thank you so much for watching, and have a great day, evening, or night.
It's like a life is what I'm all about. I wanna be